The empty chair sat in the center of the great hall like a missing tooth. Ambassador Thexkill of the Vortakian Empire looked at it with growing anger. 37 years. 37 years since the humans had last sent anyone to the Galactic Council meetings. They ignore us again, Thexkill said to his aide. His blue skin turned darker with frustration. These Earth creatures think they are too good for us. Around the massive circular table, representatives from dozens of alien species talked among themselves. The humans were the only ones missing. They had been invited to every meeting, every trade discussion, every peace treaty signing. They never came. High Counselor Vrexma of the Crystal Collective tapped her crystalline fingers on the table. The sound rang like bells through the hall. Perhaps we should force them to attend, she said. Her voice sounded like breaking glass. They cannot ignore the galaxy forever. With what army? Laughed General Korth of the Hegemony. His massive body shook with amusement. The humans barely have faster-than-light travel. Their ships are slow and weak. They pose no threat to anyone. On Earth, Admiral Kim Tae-ho stood in front of a giant screen showing the galaxy map. Red dots marked alien territories. Yellow dots showed neutral zones. Blue dots marked human space. There were very few blue dots. Sir, we have another message from the Galactic Council, said Captain Park Ji-woo. He was young for a starship captain, but his eyes were sharp and intelligent. They want us to attend their trade summit next month. Kim Tae-ho did not look away from the map. Delete it, he said quietly. Just like all the others. But sir, they might think we are being rude. Good, Kim interrupted. Let them think we are rude. Let them think we are weak. Let them think we do not care about their politics, he turned to face the captain. While they talk, we work. Dr. Lee So-min entered the command center carrying a thick folder. She was the head of military strategy and one of the smartest people on Earth. Admiral, the new ship designs are ready for your review, she said. Kim took the folder and opened it. Inside were blueprints for warships unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. They were sleek, powerful, and designed for one purpose, winning battles. How many can we build this year? Kim asked. If we use all our shipyards, about 300, Dr. Lee replied. But that will take all our resources. Do it, Kim said without hesitation. And double the size of our shipyards. We need more ships. Back at the Galactic Council, the debate about humanity continued. Ambassador Yoon Hee-jin was Earth's official representative, but she had never attended a single meeting. Her office on the council station was empty and covered in dust. I say we send a fleet to Earth and demand they respect the council, said Commander Zolth of the Outer Rim Alliance. His green scales glittered under the bright lights. Show them what happens when you ignore galactic law. That seems extreme, said Diplomat Quintar of the Peaceful Federation. Her tentacles moved nervously as she spoke. Perhaps we should try talking to them first. We have been trying to talk to them for 4 decades. Thexkill shouted. They refuse every invitation. They ignore every message. They act like we do not exist. What the aliens did not know was that humans were watching them very carefully. Captain Park Ji-woo commanded a small fleet of spy ships that looked like asteroids or space junk. They hid near alien worlds and recorded everything. The Vortakians are building new battlecruisers, Park reported to Admiral Kim. 12 ships, each one bigger than our largest destroyer. What about their weapons? Kim asked. Plasma cannons mostly, some missile systems. Their shields are strong but slow to recharge. Park pulled up detailed scans on his screen. Our new ships could take them easily, Kim nodded. The humans had been studying alien technology for decades. Every piece of debris from alien battles, every crashed ship, every abandoned space station had been carefully examined. Human scientists learned how alien weapons worked, how their shields functioned, how their engines operated. Then they built better versions. Engineer Lim Jun-seo was one of these scientists. He worked in a secret laboratory beneath the moon's surface. His job was simple: make human ships better than alien ships. The new plasma cannon is ready for testing, he told his team. It fires 3 times faster than anything the Vortakians have. The test was impressive. The human weapon turned a target asteroid into glowing dust in seconds. Alien weapons would have taken minutes to do the same damage. Intelligence Officer Nam Yu-jin sat in her dark office reading reports from human spies across the galaxy. She knew which alien species were planning wars, which ones were having economic problems, and which ones were developing new technologies. The aliens thought humans were isolated and ignorant. They were wrong. The hegemony is having food shortages, she reported to Admiral Kim. They might start raiding neutral planets soon. And the Crystal Collective? They are fighting a civil war. Half their fleet is busy protecting their homeworlds. Kim smiled grimly. While the aliens were distracted by their own problems, humanity grew stronger every day. New ships rolled out of secret shipyards. New weapons were tested in hidden facilities. New soldiers trained for battles that might come. At the latest council meeting, the aliens made a decision. We will send a diplomatic mission to Earth, announced High Counselor Vrexma. If they will not come to us, we will go to them. Finally, muttered Thexkill. It is time these humans learned to respect their betters. The mission would consist of 12 ships from different species. They would travel to Earth's solar system and demand that humanity start attending council meetings. They expected the humans to be impressed by their show of force. They had no idea what was waiting for them. Deep in space, long-range sensors detected the alien fleet heading toward Earth. The information reached Admiral Kim within hours. How many ships? He asked. 12, sir. Mix of different classes. They are not trying to hide. Kim looked at the galaxy map again. For 37 years, humans had been the silent species. They had let the aliens think they were weak and unimportant. Soon the galaxy would learn the truth. Send a message to all fleet commanders, Kim ordered. Operation Reveal begins now. Across human space, massive doors opened in asteroids, moons, and empty planets. Inside were ships, thousands of them, sleek, deadly, and ready for war. The empty chair at the Galactic Council was about to be filled, but not in the way the aliens expected. Fleet Admiral Cho Min-ho stood on the bridge of the massive ship hidden inside Luna's artificial crater. Through the viewing window, he could see hundreds of other warships floating in the darkness. Each one was bigger and more powerful than anything the aliens had ever built. Begin the awakening sequence, he ordered. Captain Kang. Dayun felt her heart racing as she climbed into the pilot seat of humanity's newest dreadnought. The ship was called Thunder of Earth, and it was a monster. 3 kilometers long, armed with weapons that could crack planets and protected by shields that could stop asteroid impacts. All systems green, reported her crew. Engines at full power. Take us out, Kang ordered. The Thunder of Earth rose from its hidden dock like a sleeping giant coming to life. Around it, dozens of other ships did the same. They had been waiting in secret for this moment. The alien diplomatic fleet was still 3 days away from Earth. They had no idea what they were flying into. Engineer Lim. Jun Seo watched from the command center as his creations finally saw sunlight. For 20 years, he had designed weapons and ships in secret laboratories. Now they were real, and they were magnificent. The adaptive AI systems are working perfectly, he reported to Admiral Cho. Each ship can learn from battle and improve its tactics automatically. And the weapons? Better than our best estimates. The new plasma cannons can cut through alien armor like paper. The missile systems can track targets through hyperspace. The energy shields can absorb almost any attack. Intelligence Officer Nam Yu-jin had more information about the approaching aliens. The diplomatic fleet includes ships from 7 different species, she told the command staff. They think 12 ships will be enough to intimidate us. Admiral Cho laughed. 12 ships against 12,000. They have no idea. The human fleet had been built in complete secrecy. Shipyards were hidden inside hollow asteroids and abandoned moons. Workers lived in closed facilities and never talked to outsiders. Even most of Earth's government did not know how many ships existed. Captain Park Ji-woo commanded one of the reconnaissance squadrons that had been spying on aliens for decades. His ships looked like space rocks, but they carried the most advanced sensors in the galaxy. I have been watching the Vortakian Empire for 15 years, he told his crew. I know their battle tactics better than they do. Their ships always attack in formation. They never expect enemies to appear behind them. His crew had studied alien military strategies for their entire careers. They knew how every species fought, what weapons they preferred, and what mistakes they always made. The alien diplomatic fleet dropped out of hyperspace at the edge of Earth's solar system. Commander Thexkill of the Vortakians was in charge of the mission. He expected to find a few primitive human ships and maybe some defensive satellites. Instead, he found something impossible. Sir, his sensor officer said in a shaking voice, I am detecting massive energy signatures throughout the system. What do you mean? Thexkill demanded. Ships, sir. Thousands of them. They are everywhere. On the main screen, dots of light appeared around every planet, moon, and asteroid. Each dot was a human warship. The aliens had walked into the largest military fleet in galactic history. "This cannot be right," whispered Commander Zolth of the Outer Rim Alliance. "Humans do not have this technology," but they were wrong. Humans had stolen, studied, and improved every piece of alien technology they could find. Then they had built something better. Admiral Cho opened a communication channel to the alien fleet. His image appeared on their screens. He was calm, professional, and absolutely confident. "Welcome to the Sol system," he said politely. "I am Fleet Admiral Cho Min-ho of the Terran Navy. You wish to speak with Earth's government?" Thexkill struggled to find words. We came to discuss council attendance, of course. "Ambassador Yoon Hye-jin will meet with you shortly. Please follow the escort ships to Luna Station." 6 human destroyers appeared around the alien fleet. Each destroyer was twice the size of the aliens' biggest ship. Their weapons were powered down, but the message was clear. "You are surrounded." Ambassador Yoon Hye-jin had been Earth's council representative for 37 years. She had never attended a meeting because she was busy with more important work, preparing for this day. "Gentlemen," she said as the alien diplomats entered Luna Station's conference room, "thank you for coming. Shall we discuss Earth's role in galactic affairs?" The conference room had windows showing the human fleet. Thousands of ships stretched into the distance like a metal ocean. The aliens sat in stunned silence. "How long have you had these ships?" asked Diplomat Quintar of the Peaceful Federation. "We started building them shortly after first contact," Yoon replied. "About 40 years ago. But your technology was primitive then." "Yes, it was. So we improved it." Yoon activated a holographic display showing human ship designs. "We studied every piece of alien technology we could find. We learned from your wars, your victories, and your defeats. Then we built ships that could win against any enemy." Captain Kang Da-un demonstrated the thunder of Earth's capabilities by destroying a large asteroid with a single shot. The alien diplomats watched in horror as the mountain-sized rock simply vanished in a flash of light. "Your most powerful weapons would need several minutes to do the same thing," Yoon explained. "Our ship did it in 3 seconds. The aliens were beginning to understand. Humanity had not been ignoring the galaxy. They had been preparing to dominate it." "Why did you build so many ships?" asked Commander Zolth. "Who were you planning to fight?" "Everyone," Yoon answered simply. "We studied galactic history. We saw how species rose and fell. We saw how the strong conquered the weak. We decided never to be weak." Engineer Lim Jun-seo gave the aliens a tour of human technology. He showed them adaptive AI systems that could outthink alien computers. He demonstrated weapons that could track targets across star systems. He explained shields that could absorb energy and use it to power the ship's weapons. "This is impossible," muttered Thexkill. "No single species could develop all this." "You are right," Lim agreed. "No single species could, but we did not work alone. We learned from all of you." The truth was even more shocking than the aliens realized. Humans had not just stolen technology. They had kidnapped alien scientists, captured alien ships, and infiltrated alien research facilities. Every secret the galaxy had, humanity knew. Intelligence Officer Nam Yu-jin showed the aliens recordings from their own military meetings. "We have been watching you for decades," she explained. "We know your battle plans, your weaknesses, and your fears." The alien diplomats realized they had been outplayed completely. While they had been arguing in council meetings, humans had been building the most powerful military force in galactic history. "What do you want from us?" asked Thexkill. "Peace," Ambassador Yoon replied. "But peace on our terms." She handed each alien a datapad containing humanity's demands. They were simple but absolute. All alien military forces would respect human territory. All trade routes would be protected by human ships, and any species that threatened human interests would face the full power of Earth's fleet. "And if we refuse?" asked Commander Zolth. Admiral Cho's image appeared on the conference room screen. Behind him, the human fleet was moving into attack formations. "Then we will demonstrate why that would be a mistake." The aliens had a choice: accept humanity's dominance or fight a war they could not win. As they looked out at the thousands of human warships, the choice was obvious. The empty chair at the Galactic Council would finally be filled. But the humans sitting in it would not be asking for permission. They would be giving orders. The age of human rule had begun. Admiral Song Kyuri stood on the bridge of her flagship as it dropped out of hyperspace above the Vortakian homeworld. Around her, 50 human warships appeared like ghosts materializing from nothing. The planet's orbital defenses immediately powered up their weapons. "Do not fire unless fired upon," Song ordered her fleet. "We are here to make a point, not start a war." On the planet below, emergency sirens wailed across every city. The Vortakian High Command had never seen human ships this close to their homeworld. They were terrified. "Human fleet, this is Admiral Vexkol of the Vortakian Defense Force," came a transmission. "You are in violation of our space. Withdraw immediately." Song opened a response channel. "Admiral Vexkol, this is Admiral Song Curie of the Terran Navy. We are conducting routine security patrols. We will be here for exactly 24 hours, then we will leave." "Security patrols? This is our system." "Not anymore," Song replied calmly. "As of today, this system is under Terran protection. You should feel honored." Across the galaxy, the same scene was playing out in dozens of star systems. Human fleets appeared without warning in alien space. They did not attack. They did not threaten. They simply arrived and took control. Captain Oh Seung-woo led the rapid response squadron that appeared above the Crystal Collective's main trade hub. 3 massive crystal ships moved to intercept his 12 destroyers. "Human ships, you will leave immediately," demanded Captain Scythek of the Collective. "Our laws forbid alien military vessels in this system." "Your laws have been updated," Oh replied. He transmitted new legal documents to the crystal ships. "This trade route is now protected by Terran forces. Piracy and illegal activities will not be tolerated." The crystal ships powered their weapons. They were beautiful vessels that looked like flying gemstones, but they were also deadly. Captain Scythek had fought in a dozen battles and won them all. "You are outnumbered 4-1, human. Surrender now," Captain O smiled. "You are outnumbered by facts, Crystal. Would you like a demonstration?" The human destroyers moved into a complex formation that the crystal ships had never seen before. Their weapons remained powered down, but their positioning was perfect for either attack or defense. "Fire," ordered Captain Scythek. The crystal ships unleashed their most powerful weapons. Beams of concentrated energy lanced through space toward the human vessels. The beams should have destroyed the destroyers instantly. Instead, the human ship's shields absorbed every shot. The energy weapons that had won a dozen battles for the Crystal Collective did nothing but make the human shields glow brighter. "Our turn," O said quietly. The 12 human destroyers fired once. Their plasma cannons were set to minimum power, but it was still enough. All 3 crystal ships lost their shields, their weapons, and their engines in a single coordinated strike. They floated helplessly in space. "This concludes today's demonstration," O announced. "The trade route is now secure. Have a pleasant day." General Jang Mi-young commanded the orbital siege platforms that appeared around Hegemony Prime. The platforms looked like giant metal flowers, but each one carried enough firepower to level a continent. "This is an act of war," shouted General Korth of the Hegemony. His species were proud warriors who had conquered half their galaxy sector through military might. "No, General Korth, this is an act of peace," Jang replied. "We are preventing wars by making them impossible to win." The Hegemony had the largest military fleet in their region. Hundreds of battle cruisers and thousands of fighters were stationed around their homeworld. They considered themselves invincible. "Attack the human platforms," Korth ordered. The Hegemony fleet launched everything they had. Missiles filled space like angry wasps. Energy weapons fired from every direction. Fighter squadrons dove toward the human platforms in suicide attacks. General Jang watched calmly as her defensive systems automatically dealt with the attack. Point defense lasers destroyed incoming missiles before they could get close. Energy shields deflected weapons fire harmlessly into space. Fighter squadrons were disabled by electronic warfare systems that shut down their engines. "Is that all?" Jang asked after the attack ended. "We expected more from the mighty Hegemony." Then the human platforms demonstrated their offensive capabilities. A single shot from each platform struck empty space around the planet. The shots were carefully aimed to miss everything important, but the explosions were visible from the surface. "Those were warning shots," Jang explained. "The next ones will not miss." The Hegemony fleet surrendered immediately. Ambassador Yoon Hee-jin finally attended her first Galactic Council meeting. She walked into the Great Hall followed by a squad of human Marines. Her chair was no longer empty, and neither was her agenda. "Honorable representatives," she began. "Earth apologizes for missing previous meetings. We were busy preparing for today. The alien diplomat sat in stunned silence. Every species in the council had received the same message. Human fleets were now stationed in their space, protecting their trade routes and maintaining peace. You cannot do this, protested High Counselor Vrexma of the Crystal Collective. There are laws. There are treaties. There are established territorial boundaries. There were, Yoon agreed. Now there are new laws, new treaties, and new boundaries.
Human laws.
Human treaties. Human boundaries. She activated a holographic display showing the galaxy. Red zones marked former alien territories. Blue zones marked new human protectorates. Almost everything was blue. This is conquest, shouted Thexkill of the Vortakians. This is protection, Yoon corrected. Earth is offering security services to all civilized species. Those who accept our protection will enjoy peace and prosperity. Those who refuse. She let the sentence hang in the air. Commander Zolth of the Outer Rim Alliance stood up angrily. And what gives humans the right to rule the galaxy? Superior firepower, Yoon replied simply. The same right every ruling species has claimed throughout galactic history. The aliens tried to form an alliance against humanity. Secret meetings were held. Battle plans were drawn up. Fleets were assembled in hidden locations. Captain O's rapid response squadrons found every secret meeting within hours. Intelligence Officer Nam Yu-jin's spy network had infiltrated every alien government. The humans knew about alien resistance before the aliens did. You have been listening to our private communications, accused Diplomat Quintar. Of course we have, Yoon admitted. We have been listening for 40 years. How do you think we knew exactly where to position our fleets? The first real battle came when the Outer Rim Alliance decided to test human resolve. Commander Zolth assembled 60 warships and attacked a human convoy, carrying medical supplies to a neutral planet. Captain O's squadron was escorting the convoy. 12 human ships against 60 alien vessels. The aliens expected an easy victory. The battle lasted exactly 17 minutes. Human ships moved like dancers in space, always in the right position to attack while avoiding enemy fire. Their weapons struck with perfect accuracy. Their shields absorbed damage that should have been fatal. When the fighting ended, 57 alien ships were disabled or destroyed. The 3 survivors limped home with a message. Do not challenge human forces. How is this possible? Commander Zolth asked from his hospital bed. Your ships are not that much better than ours. Captain O visited the wounded alien commander personally. Our ships are not just better, he explained. Our training is better. Our tactics are better. Our coordination is better. We have been preparing for this war for 40 years. You have been preparing for the last war. The galaxy began to accept the new reality. Human ships appeared wherever they were needed. Pirates found their hideouts destroyed. Slavers discovered their operations shut down. Warlike species learned that aggression was no longer profitable. Some aliens welcomed human protection. Trade routes became safer. Border disputes were settled quickly and fairly. Wars between species simply stopped happening. Other aliens resented human dominance. They formed underground resistance groups. They plotted assassinations and terrorist attacks. They dreamed of overthrowing their human protectors. Intelligence Officer Nam Yu-jin found every resistance cell within days of their formation. Her agents were everywhere, watching everything, reporting on every whispered conversation about rebellion. You cannot watch everyone forever, Thexkill told her during a diplomatic meeting. We do not need to watch everyone, Nam replied. We only need to watch the ones who matter, and we know exactly who they are. The Galactic Council voted on humanity's new role. The vote was unanimous. Earth would become the galaxy's protector and lawkeeper. Not because the aliens wanted it, but because they had no choice. Ambassador Yoon stood at the podium where so many alien speeches had been given. Earth accepts this responsibility, she announced. We will protect the innocent, punish the guilty, and maintain peace throughout the galaxy. And who will protect us from you? Asked High Counselor Vrexma. Yoon smiled. Your good behavior. The age of alien independence was over. The age of human dominance had begun. And across the galaxy the message was clear. Resistance was futile, but cooperation was rewarded. The empty chair would never be empty again. President Bae Dong-hyun looked out from his office window at the sprawling complex of government buildings on Earth. 2 years had passed since humanity revealed its true power to the galaxy. Now he ruled not just Earth, but hundreds of star systems across known space. "Sir, we have reports from the Outer Rim territories," said his aide, bringing in the daily briefings. "3 more species have requested full membership in the Terran Protectorate." Bay nodded without surprise. Every month, more alien species asked to join humanity's growing empire. They had learned that cooperation brought benefits while resistance brought consequences. Admiral Shin Woo-jin commanded the peacekeeping fleets that maintained order across human space. His ships patrolled trade routes, stopped conflicts before they started, and reminded everyone who was really in charge. "Report from Sector 7, his communications officer announced. "The Hegemony and Crystal Collective are having another border dispute." "Send a squadron," Shin ordered. "Standard mediation protocol." Within hours, 12 human ships appeared between the 2 alien fleets. The border dispute ended immediately. Both sides knew better than to fight in front of human peacekeepers. "Thank you for your assistance," radioed the Hegemony commander. "Remember this feeling," Admiral Shin replied. "Peace is much better than war." Captain Ryu Haiwan specialized in hunting pirates and criminals. Her fast attack ships could appear anywhere in the galaxy within days. Criminal organizations that had operated freely for centuries now lived in constant fear. "We have located the Crimson Nebula pirates," reported her intelligence officer. "They are hiding in the Veil system, using an abandoned space station as their base." "How many ships?" Ryu asked. 30 fighters, 6 cruisers, and a modified battleship. They have been raiding merchant vessels in this sector for months." Ryu smiled grimly. "Time to teach them about human justice." The pirate base was hidden inside a gas cloud that blocked most sensors. The pirates thought they were safe from detection. They were wrong. Human ships materialized around the space station like hunting wolves surrounding prey. The pirates had nowhere to run and no way to fight back effectively. "Surrender now and you will be treated fairly," Ryu announced over all communication channels. "Resist and face the consequences." The pirate leader, a vicious alien called Scorch, responded by firing every weapon his base had. Missiles and energy beams lanced out toward the human ships. Captain Ryu's squadron absorbed the attack without damage. Their return fire was precise and devastating. Within minutes, the pirate base was crippled and helpless. "This is impossible," Scorch screamed as human marines boarded his station. "We had the best weapons, the best defenses." "You had the best available to criminals," Ryu replied as her soldiers arrested the pirates. "We have the best available to anyone." The captured pirates were sent to human rehabilitation centers. Instead of traditional prisons, these facilities taught criminals useful skills and gave them chances to become productive citizens. Many former pirates became successful traders or craftsmen. Diplomat Kim Yoon-ji worked on the complex task of integrating alien cultures into the human empire. Each species had different laws, customs, and beliefs. Her job was to find ways for everyone to live together peacefully. "The Vortakians want to maintain their traditional warrior ceremonies," she reported to President Bay. "But their ceremonies involve ritual combat that sometimes results in death." "Can we modify the ceremonies to be non-lethal?" Bay asked. "I believe so. We could introduce human safety technology while preserving the cultural meaning." These negotiations happened constantly across the empire. Humans respected alien cultures, but required them to follow basic rules about peace, safety, and cooperation. Some aliens adapted easily to human rule. The Peaceful Federation found that human protection allowed them to focus on science and art instead of military defense. Their society flourished under human guidance. Other species struggled with the loss of independence. The Outer Rim Alliance had always prized their freedom above everything else. Being told what to do by humans felt like slavery to them. "We were born free," declared Rebel Commander Caltex at a secret meeting. "We will die free rather than live as human pets." Around the table sat representatives from dozen species who resented human dominance. They called themselves the Liberation Front and planned to overthrow their human protectors. "The humans are strong, but they are not gods," Caltex continued. "They can be defeated if we work together." Intelligence Officer Nam Yu-jin listened to every word through hidden recording devices. Her spy network had infiltrated the Liberation Front before its first meeting. She knew their plans better than they did. Should we arrest them now? Asked her deputy. Not yet, Nam replied. Let them gather more members first. We want to catch all the rebels at once. The Liberation Front spent months recruiting supporters and stealing weapons. They planned a coordinated attack on human installations across 12 star systems. They thought their plans were secret. The attack came exactly when and where Intelligence Officer Nam expected it. Human forces were ready and waiting. Captain Ryo's anti-crime squadrons appeared at every rebel base simultaneously. The Liberation Front found themselves surrounded before they could fire a single shot. How did you know? Caltex demanded as human soldiers arrested him. We have known about your organization since the day you founded it, Nam explained. We could have stopped you at any time. We waited because we wanted to identify all your supporters. The captured rebels were not executed or tortured. Instead, they were sent to education centers where they learned about human society and values. Many of them eventually became loyal citizens of the Empire. But not all resistance could be handled peacefully. When the Crimson Star Empire declared war on humanity, Admiral Shin had to respond with force. They have assembled over 200 warships, his intelligence staff reported. They believe quantity can overcome quality. Show them how wrong they are, Shin ordered. The Battle of Crimson Prime lasted less than an hour. 50 human ships destroyed the entire Crimson Star fleet without losing a single vessel. The enemy's superior numbers meant nothing against superior technology and training. Surrender now, and your people will be spared, Admiral Shin broadcast to the planet below. The Crimson Star Emperor surrendered immediately. As human rule expanded, alien societies began to change in unexpected ways. Young aliens grew up learning human languages and customs. They attended human schools and worked alongside human colonists. My daughter wants to join the human military, an alien parent told diplomat Kim. She says she wants to protect the galaxy like the humans do. What do you think about that? Kim asked. I am proud of her, the parent replied. The humans have brought peace to worlds that knew only war for centuries. If my daughter can help continue that peace, she has my blessing. This was happening everywhere in the Empire. Alien children dreamed of becoming human pilots or scientists. Mixed communities of humans and aliens worked together on building projects and research initiatives. Some humans worried about maintaining their species' dominance. What if the aliens become too integrated? Asked a concerned politician. What if they forget who is really in charge? President Bay considered this question carefully. Perhaps that would not be a bad thing, he said finally. If aliens become so integrated that they think like humans, act like humans, and share human values, then we will have achieved something greater than conquest. We will have achieved unity. The Galactic Council meetings had changed completely. Instead of endless debates and political maneuvering, the sessions focused on practical problems and effective solutions. Ambassador Yoon no longer had to threaten anyone. The mere presence of human observers was enough to keep discussions peaceful. Trade routes in Sector 12 need additional security, reported a Vortakian delegate. I will assign 2 patrol squadrons to that area, Admiral Shin responded immediately. The Crystal Collective requests assistance with their mining operations, said another delegate. Human engineers will arrive next week, promised diplomat Kim. This was the new reality. Aliens brought problems to the Council, and humans solved them. It was efficient, effective, and peaceful. But peace came with a price. Some aliens felt they had lost their identity under human rule. Others worried that their species would eventually disappear, absorbed into human culture. Are we creating an empire or destroying civilizations? A human philosopher asked President Bay. We are creating the future, Bay replied. A future where war is rare, crime is punished, and different species can live together safely. If that requires some sacrifices, they are worth making. The Terran Empire was growing stronger every day. Human technology advanced rapidly as alien scientists shared their knowledge. Human ships became faster and more powerful. Human influence spread to every corner of the galaxy. But beyond the edge of known space, something else was watching. something that had noticed humanity's rapid expansion, something that might not be as easy to defeat as pirates and rebels. The age of human dominance was about to face its greatest test. Fleet Admiral Park Taman stared at the sensor readings that had just arrived from the galactic rim. The data made no sense. Entire star systems were going dark. Hundreds of planets had stopped all communications overnight. "Sir, we are receiving a transmission from the exploration ship Horizon," reported his communications officer. "Captain Lee Sang-ho says it is urgent." Captain Lee's face appeared on the main screen. He looked tired and frightened. Behind him, his bridge crew worked frantically at their stations. "Admiral, we have found what happened to the missing systems," Lee said without introduction. "We are transmitting all sensor data now. You need to see this." The data showed something impossible. Ships unlike anything in the galactic database were attacking colonies on the rim worlds. These vessels were organic-looking, covered in what appeared to be living metal. They moved in ways that defied physics and fired weapons that turned matter into energy. "Who are they?" Admiral Park asked. "We call them the Devourers," Lee replied. "They consume everything. Planets, ships, people. They turn it all into raw material for more ships." Dr. Han Bora, humanity's leading expert on alien biology, studied the transmitted data with growing horror. "These creatures are not from our galaxy," she announced to the emergency council meeting. "Their technology is based on completely different principles than anything we know. Can we fight them?" asked President Bay. "I do not know," Dr. Han admitted. "Our weapons might be effective or they might be useless. We need more information." The Devourers had been attacking the galaxy's edge for months. They had destroyed 12 star systems and were moving inward toward more populated areas. No alien fleet had been able to stop them. "The Outer Rim Alliance sent 50 ships to defend Kalar Prime," reported Intelligence Officer Nam Yu-jin. "The Devourers destroyed them all in minutes. The survivors say the alien weapons passed right through human-designed shields." This was humanity's first real military defeat in 3 years. The aliens who had been conquered so easily by human technology were being slaughtered by something even more advanced. Council Speaker Yu-Nari faced an unprecedented situation. For the first time since humans had taken control, the alien species were asking for help instead of resisting human authority. "You must save us," pleaded Thexkill of the Vortakians. "These Devourers will kill everyone in the galaxy if they are not stopped. Our fleets cannot even slow them down," added High Counselor Vrexma of the Crystal Collective. "Only human technology might stand a chance." Admiral Park assembled the largest fleet in human history. 2,000 warships gathered at the galactic rim, ready to face an enemy that might be more powerful than they were. "This is different from fighting pirates or rebels," he told his captains. "The Devourers are not trying to conquer us. They want to consume us. There will be no surrender, no negotiation, no mercy." Captain Lee's exploration ship guided the human fleet to the edge of Devourer space. What they found there made even veteran officers gasp in shock. Where Kalar Prime had once been a thriving world with billions of inhabitants, now there was only an empty shell. The planet's surface had been stripped away, leaving behind a hollow sphere covered in strange geometric patterns. "They ate the entire planet," whispered Captain Kang Da-un. "Everything is gone." The first battle began when Devourer ships detected the human fleet. 50 organic vessels emerged from hiding behind the dead planet. They moved like living creatures, flowing through space with impossible grace. "All ships open fire," Admiral Park ordered. Human plasma cannons launched their most powerful shots. Energy beams that could melt asteroids struck the Devourer ships directly. For a moment, it seemed like the attacks were working. Then the Devourer ships began to change. The damaged areas healed themselves instantly. The organic hulls absorbed the energy from human weapons and used it to grow stronger. "Our weapons are feeding them," reported Captain Kang in amazement. "Every shot makes them more powerful." The Devourers counterattacked with weapons that defied understanding. Beams of something that was not quite energy and not quite matter struck human ships. Where the beams hit, armor and shields simply ceased to exist. "Retreat," Admiral Park ordered as he watched 12 human destroyers vanish like smoke. The human fleet pulled back, but the damage was done. For the first time in their history, human ships had been outmatched in battle. "How do we fight an enemy that gets stronger when we attack it?" asked Engineer Lim Junseo at the emergency strategy meeting. "We learn," replied Dr. Han Bora. "We study them, understand them, and find their weaknesses. The next phase of the war was unlike anything humanity had experienced. Instead of overwhelming force, they used careful observation. Captain Lee's scouts watched Devourer fleets from safe distances, recording everything they did. They are not invincible, Dr. Han announced after weeks of study. Their ships have a recharge cycle. After absorbing energy attacks, they need time to process the power before they can use it. How long? Asked Admiral Park. Approximately 17 minutes. If we could coordinate our attacks properly, we might be able to overwhelm their absorption capacity. The strategy was risky but necessary. Human fleets would attack in waves, timing their strikes to exploit the Devourer's recharge periods. More importantly, humanity finally did something it had never done before. They asked for help. We need every ship, every weapon, every soldier that the galaxy can provide. Council Speaker Yu announced to the assembled alien representatives. This is not about human dominance anymore. This is about survival. The response surprised everyone. Species that had resented human rule for years volunteered to fight alongside their former conquerors. Vortekian warriors served on human ships. Crystal Collective engineers improved human weapons. Even former rebels joined the fight. Why are you helping us? Admiral Park asked Commander Zolth, who had been captured leading the Liberation Front only months earlier. Because you gave my people order and peace, Zolth replied. The Devourers offer only death. I would rather live under human protection than die under Devourer consumption. The combined galactic fleet that assembled was larger than anything in recorded history. 3,000 human ships fought alongside 1,500 alien vessels. Different species that had been enemies for centuries now worked together against a common threat. Dr. Han made a crucial discovery while studying captured Devourer technology. They are not actually from outside our galaxy, she announced. They are from inside it. From the core. What do you mean? Asked President Bay. The galactic core is full of ancient technology. I think the Devourers are some kind of automated system that was activated by our rapid expansion. They see our growing empire as a threat to be eliminated. This changed everything. The Devourers were not invaders from another galaxy. They were guardians from an ancient civilization, programmed to prevent any single species from becoming too powerful. In other words, said Admiral Park grimly, our own success triggered this war. The final battle took place in the empty space between spiral arms, where both fleets could maneuver freely. Admiral Park commanded the combined galactic forces while the Devourers sent their entire remaining fleet. All ships, remember the timing, Park broadcast to the mixed human and alien crews. First wave attacks in 10 seconds. Second wave at 17 minutes. Keep the pattern exact. The battle was like a deadly dance. Human and alien ships attacked in carefully timed waves, never giving the Devourers time to fully recharge between assaults. Slowly, gradually, the organic ships began to weaken. But the cost was enormous. Half the galactic fleet was destroyed in the fighting. Captain Kang's Thunder of Earth was one of the casualties, vaporized while making a final attack run on the Devourer flagship. She saved us all, Admiral Park said quietly, as he watched the explosion. When the battle ended, both sides were exhausted. The surviving Devourer ships retreated toward the galactic core, while the battered galactic fleet limped home. Is it over? Asked Captain Lee. For now, Admiral Park replied. But they will be back if we expand too quickly again. The war had changed humanity's relationship with the galaxy forever. The other species no longer saw humans as conquerors but as protectors who had sacrificed their own people to save everyone. We learned something important, President Bay told the rebuilt Galactic Council. Power without wisdom is dangerous. Strength without restraint leads to destruction. The new galactic government was different from the human empire that had come before. Humans still provided military protection and maintained order, but decisions were made jointly with alien representatives. The empty chair had become a shared table. What about the Devourers? Asked Thexkill. Will they attack again? Only if we threaten the balance of the galaxy, replied Council Speaker Yu. We must be strong enough to maintain peace, but not so strong that we trigger another awakening. Ambassador Yoon stood in the rebuilt council chamber, looking at the mixed crews of humans and aliens working together. 37 years ago, we skipped our first council meeting because we thought we did not need anyone else. Now we know better. The galaxy was at peace, but it was a different kind of peace than before. Instead of human dominance enforced by superior firepower, it was cooperation maintained by shared sacrifice. The empty chair would never be empty again, but it would